Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I hope you're all good. I hope everyone is having a nice day, a nice evening, wherever you are or whatever you've been doing. Yeah, as the title may allude to, I am going to try and record a metal cover from scratch. And there's this track that you should hopefully... Yes, this track that you can hear right now is from Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Death Mountain. I'm going to give it a go, and let's see what happens. Yeah, should be good. Anyway, so here is my window. I need to get my bearings. Bear with me. So some of you may have seen me do live stream of this kind before, where I show you my Reaper projects and I play through and figure out as I go, and I, as you can see, start with an absolute blank project and kind of pick it up from there. Start with some drums, maybe chuck a few guitars in, something like that, and yeah, hopefully don't end up with a pile of crap. So I guess I'm just gonna go for it. So first thing first, let's get some tempo. This is the track. This is the tempo. Okay. So that's my tempo. I literally just, you tap it in here, but, close enough. 133. There we go. That's fine. And as with most of these things, I tend to get a basic drum track down, just because, you know, playing along with the drum track is. I prefer playing along with the drum track than a click. So let's just go for it. Okay. Okay, rough as hell, but it's something to start with. Hey, Modder LP, how you doing? Michael Jordan, yeah, that is the only reason I'm not into NBA. I'm not into watching basketball or any kind of sports, to be honest. The only reason I'm wearing this t-shirt is because I played NBA Jam on the SNES when I was a kid, and I always picked Chicago Bulls. And yeah, that's the story behind this pretty cool t-shirt. I also got it on my honeymoon, which is kind of like another cool thing, I guess. Okay, so I just recorded a bunch of drums, and this is the MIDI for those drums. This is what I just played in. And as you can see, everything is falling behind the beat a little bit, or in front of the beat a little bit. So first step is just shove everything over a tiny bit and then quantize that bad boy. What I'm trying to do here basically is, obviously playing it in live and playing it in with the click in my ear, I'm never going to get it, as you can see, I'm never going to get it just right. So by quantizing it, you can say, it should have roughly been about 16th notes, and this is 16th notes, I think, isn't it? In fact, no, it's not. It's shuffled, so it's bum 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 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So actually, it should be 16th note triplets, and you can see it kind of snaps everything roughly together. There will be a few little errors here and there, but that's the first step. There you go. Not a great start. You can kind of see if it's about right, and I think that's going to be okay. So now it's just a case of listening through and just seeing what it sounds like. By the way, if there are any audio related issues, this is the first time I've done one of these music production and streaming things at the same time and recording and stuff. So any audio issues, anything going out of sync, or think you can't hear anything or whatever, please do let me know in chat, because I'm doing it live. So let's just go through this and you know, see what happens. The ability to quantize would have helped tremendously back when I was recording drums. Yeah, it's a proper cheat kind of thing, and if you're recording live drums, there's not really a lot you can do with it. But you know, it saved my ass every single time I record, because you know, I play pretty sloppy and out of time, especially on a keyboard. Well, I'd like to think only on a keyboard. Most of the time I can keep time, but you know. Anyway, let's basically go through this and just tidy it up and make it, you know, not trash. Alright, there you go. Little things like that. Let's stick a China in there for emphasis. Get rid of that dupe. That almost sounds like I want it to sound like that. Needs to be a flam. Need to get rid of that duplicate note there. So flam just being when you hit a snare drum, you never hit this. The sticks never hit at exactly the same time on the actual skin of the drum. It's always one before the other, and maybe not accidentally. You know, it's deliberately you want that kind of sound, so you end up with this sort of not this. You want some sort of. So that's why I'm doing that. Ooh, okay. So sometimes the quantizing in Reaper kind of likes to do the same thing, so you sort of end up having to do a lot of this just by hand. Like that. Okay, this isn't isn't a perfect representation of what this is usually like. Okay, so that first bit is fine. This isn't going to be final drums, this is just like a template. I basically do that same groove until I go to like a halftime bit here. So really all I need to do is kind of copy and paste that over. I also think I played that for too long as well, so does it do it again? I can't remember. Let's go back to the original. Count the bars. So it repeats, I think. Okay, cool. Okay, so I got it right the first time. That's cool. So then we're about here. And then we get this cool kind of, it's not halftime in the original track, but I thought it's quite an epic section, that, so the halftime kind of works. So straight away that I can see that's not right. Ugh, Jesus, what's going on with this quantizer? I don't know why, for some reason, it's sometimes snaps it to exactly to the right thing, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. It's just a bit trash sometimes, but whatever. I want that to be a nice big open hi-hat. I want that to be a double. Get it roughly in the right place. Fine, it's not perfect, but it sounds right, so it's all good. Oh, so nearly got that right. Let's just get those in the right place. And then, again, let's give that a big heavy flam on the snare drum. Get rid of that because it's going to loop, and we end up with a nice little fill at the end, which is a classic Mike Portnoy drum fill, which I use all the time. And the quantizing, sorry, not quantizing, sorry, the velocity, so how hard all of these are being hit. because I've played them all in with the keyboard, I don't actually have to go through and like tweak things and make them, you know, oh, this snare drum should be a bit lighter than this kick drum or whatever, because it's roughly about right. If there are any, if I've like fat fisted the keyboard and I need to fix it, then fine, but that sounds alright to me. Yeah, cool. Bar 29, oops. Bar 29 is when we end. Let's just trim that off at bar 29. And kabow, we have the drums. I also doubled up on that intro, and I think I will do that in the original thing as well, but when it comes back, so this is the intro just here. But when it comes back, I only want one time around of the intro. So I am going to copy and paste that. And again, this is just, I mean, I probably will end up using a good amount of this in the final thing, but just as like a guide and like a rough thing to start off with, this is kind of what I go for. So 4 times round, that's plenty of room to like work with. First thing I need to do is save. Bear with me. Zelda Death Mountain. Cool. So that's usually always the first step, is get some drums down, because I could record guitars to a click, but there's a couple of reasons I don't do that. Firstly, I think it's better to play along. Well, for me personally, I prefer playing along with the drum beat because it's a bit more musical, and it might kick off some ideas. And the other thing as well is that without drums in there, I don't really know where I'm going with the guitars. I'm just like, I just sort of like, I might play a few random riffs. If I've got a drum beat behind me, it literally feels like I'm playing along with the drummer. So that's a couple of reasons I do that. Am I supposed to get notified when you start a live stream? I'm not getting any. It just happened to be on YouTube. Oh, fair enough. Okay. I guess I don't really know how it works. I assume if you have the notification bell clicked, you'll get a notification, but I'm subscribed to like quite a lot of people, and I never get any notifications by default, so I guess hit that bell and you should get a notification. But normally when I go live, 3 or 4 people jump in relatively quickly, so I assumed that there was some kind of notification, but I guess not. There you go. Right, so next step is, in fact, what I also usually do is just move everything along one bar, give myself a little bit of dead space to start recording guitars with, and that's going to be the next step, is to record some guitars. So a pick would be handy. This does not sound in tune. I need my tuning VST, which I picked up free by googling some random thing. Okay, so a quick tune up. So I just need to get my levels right, because that sounds a bit hot and spicy. Okay, we're good to go. And if anyone's interested, or anyone thinking, hang on a second, that's an awful lot of distortion, how do you know you're actually going through the right thing? If you look at the basically chain of command here, the signal goes through the tuner first and then through the distortion. So really all the tuner is hearing is this. And I just don't bother turning this off because sod it. I will turn that off though, just to lighten up on resources a little bit. So this is going to be a bit of a random one, I guess. What I've actually started doing more recently is, so usually what I would do is make up some riffs and then put the tune on top. But more recently what I found is the tune is never really going to change. So if you get that out of the way first, it kind of shapes what the riffs might end up being, and I guess it's kind of worked. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get the main melody down, which is... I got most of that. That's all pretty much straight there. I did think I got a note wrong halfway through that as well. It's worth doing properly. Okay. I keep making that up. Hang on. What am I doing? Okay. Oh, Christ. So I gotta say. Okay, so melody is kind of just about there. Uncheck the bell and rang it again. We'll see what happens next live stream. Oh, that's interesting that you'd already checked the bell and it hadn't notified you. That's kind of annoying, I guess, but yeah, what can you do? I guess what you can do, if you don't already follow me on Facebook, I usually put a thing out on Facebook as I'm going live, or earlier in the day if I'm going live in that evening, I'll put out a thing. It's all in the link, all in the description down below. So yeah, check me out on social media, and that's probably the best way to check that I am doing stuff. Right, okay, so I'm just gonna go into this and just see what happens. So apologies if this is rough. Okay, so this is another thing I've started doing recently, is what I'm going to do is, rather than trying to get it just perfect in one go, I'm going to take a little bit of the drums, stick it over here, and it won't loop because it's a pain in the arse. Basically just give myself like a kind of room to breathe thing. So, oops. What I'm going to do is just give myself like 2-3 minutes of just constant drumming. So if I make a mistake, it doesn't matter, I don't need to stop and start again. So I'm just going to go for it. And if I make a mistake, I'll stop. No, if I make a mistake, I'll stop, but I'll carry on. And then by the end of it, I can splice together all the right bits, I guess. So, let's give it a go. Okay, I've made a terrible mistake because there's a crash every bar, and that's going to drive me insane. Alright, let's try that again. But there was a bit of that was right. It was the second time round. Oh, the other thing as well is that for some reason, again, it's the same kind of thing with the drums. Everything always seems to come in early, and I think it's to do with just latency in drivers and because I'm running through a VST. So the first thing I do is just kind of have a look at the waveform and just shove it in roughly the right place. So it's kind of more in time. Okay. Okay, so I need to double check the rhythm on that. Okay. Alright. So, somewhere in there is a full take. It's now just figuring out where it is. So just move that roughly to the right place. Okay, so that bit was crap, but that bit was good. So if I do that. Alright, so time to stick that in the right place. And it loops alright, so what I will now do is give myself a little bit of lead in. Glue it together, cut it there, and paste it. So I can now actually go back. Sorry, I'll take the pick up my mouth. I can now actually go back and put this where it should be. Oh yeah, I don't need that. Doesn't need to be cut up anymore, so I'm just going to glue that back together. And the reason I dragged it back is so I can get that little bit of lead in, so it doesn't go ba 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 ba. You get a nice little oops, nice little sort of. You'll hear what I mean. So this is the difference. No, it doesn't sound great. Hang on. Good evening, Lanioven. Lanioven. I hope I pronounced that correctly. How you doing? Good to have you here. So, Wait, I'm an idiot. Hang on. Okay. Cut that there because I need to copy and paste it because it repeats itself. Now I can go back and drag this out a tiny bit. With any luck, this will... In fact, no, it probably won't loop perfectly. So what I need to do is just do that. And save it, because you don't want to lose work. I've done it before. It's not cool. So yeah, I'm just going to check that that loops and that all sounds good. Because that's the bulk of the main melody for that first section out of the way. Cool. Right, next bit is that. So I'm going to return to my little bit of lost space over here and see if I can't just smash the rest of that melody. Oh, god damn it. Okay, so somewhere in there, oh, we need to stop putting my pick in my mouth. Somewhere in there is a full take. So again, first things first, I should have some sort of like automation just to get this to move it along the right amount, but okay, that was all good. No, sorry, wait, it wasn't. Okay, so I don't think that bit goes ba da da da. It goes da 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 da. It's like a slight note discrepancy I think I got wrong. Yeah. Okay. So it's da da da, not ba ba ba. So what I need to do, get rid of that. This is where I played it correctly, so chop it there, stick it together. There we go. Cool, I'm happy with that, and I really like how this note sounds. I got some sort of weird harmonic thing there. You kind of hear a slight overtone of a harmonic on the top. Little bits like that, yeah. Every now and then I kind of accidentally do, and yeah, I like it. So, and also, anyone wondering, cutting and pasting, copying and pasting, it's cheating. It's like, yeah, fine, but you just saw how quickly I stitched together just a perfect take there. One of them was a bit dodgy. I just played it again, compared the two, and went, that one's right, that one's wrong. Get rid of that, chuck it together, kabow, and it's done. So now that whole melody is done. So glue this together. Less chance of it falling apart when I start moving it around. Move it roughly to the right place. Give it a bit of room to get in, and then just bridge that gap so it's roughly in the right place. So that should sound about right. And actually, I've just realised it jumps straight back into the intro there. So even though that riff is cool, in fact, I'll tell you what, right? So it should go back to the intro here, but instead I've got this fill. and then I go back into the intro. I like the fill, so I want to keep it. The intro should come in here, so I'm going to get rid of this bit, stick that fill there, and drag all of this back. So cool. And that's basically the main melody is now done. So now that's all done, I'm going to glue all of that together. Oops. It brings us more music. Use the tools at your disposal. That's the other thing, like using shortcuts and tools and copy and paste and whatever and templates and tricks and stuff like that. It does speed things up so much, and it means that in one evening I can smash out like a whole thing. So I'm gonna keep doing it. So gonna cut it there so I've got a solid reference. It's on the beat, and I'm gonna paste it over. And just while I'm here, I'm gonna do it again. At this point, I'm 1 minute and 50 in, 2 minutes. I may choose to do this third time around, depending if I've got enough variety. If it's kind of just like it's not doing too much, I'll probably start to think about trailing off here. Most of my tracks end up being about the 2.5 minute mark. So that is where I'm going to leave it for now. What I am going to do is just highlight both of these. Oops. Highlight both of these and just go in and do that. So instead of it going ba 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 ba, you get this da da da, and that's the melody sorted. So progress. We're getting somewhere. What I'm going to try and do now is just get the harmony done. And it's this kind of like, now there probably is there definitely is an actual harmony that I should maybe stick to, but I'm going to just try something a bit different and just sort of make something up and see if it sounds cool. I mean, I'm going to try and do the same sort of, roughly the same thing, but we'll see what happens. Or, you know, I'll check out the original. So it's ba 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 bum bum. I'm also going to slow this down just so I can really, really get it right. I don't change the quality. Definitely don't want to do that. Play half speed. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay, yeah, I think I got that. It's basically what I was doing. Just, you know, not a terrible version of it. So bum 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 bum. Okay, what the hell am I doing? Okay, so Okay, alright, I got it. I got it. I got it. I don't got it. I don't got it. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong here? So. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to record a higher melody first because I think the harmony I need to do is underneath the high one, and at the moment it's too low. I'm playing stuff down here. That's going to get in the way of the rhythm guitars at that point. So I'm going to re-record, not re-record. Sorry, I'm going to record a high melody to go on top of it. So let's just give this a go. Damn it. Okay, sorry, that was rough, but somewhere in there, it's like what's that thing? All the right notes, just not necessarily in the right order, something like that. Okay, so let's go with this part. Good. Okay, so that's all good. And this is the bit I kept doing over and over again, and I only got it right at the end. Okay, cool. Done. Kablamo. Done quickly. Just not very tightly. Glue it together. It's not really that much of a problem that I haven't left any what's it called? Like room to breathe here because intros to this so it doesn't start on the beat because it's going to be lower in the mix. It won't be so much of a problem. So I'm just going to do that, and that should sound roughly about right. Okay, and I'm not going to double up the melody here just for now because that's already quite a high part anyway. It's like... So, I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to come back to the harmony just because I'm sure... Or hopefully I'll have a better idea of what's going on after a little bit of a break. Not a break, but I'm going to play some rhythm guitars for a bit. So, save that. And then just let's kind of go for it. Okay, so this is in C major, which is kind of annoying because C major is the first fret. C is the first fret on the first string. If you want to play any cool riffs, it's nice if you're playing in B. You've got that open string, so you can do. So what I'm going to do is something I've done a few times recently, which is use a capo, which again I've never really done up until recently. But by putting it on the first fret, that open string is now open. Sorry, the open C, the low C is now open, so I can do. Just makes life a little easier when I'm playing in C. I could have done the whole thing in B, but I think it's... I don't know. I haven't done that, so I won't. Okay, I'm just going to make some stuff up and see what happens. I think there's a decent amount in there for me to sort of muck around with, so definitely some nice riffs that just sort of kind of come out of nowhere when I'm playing this sort of stuff. It's like jamming or just improvising or whatever. Ran into the same issue with our 7-string capo Shore Beach returning. Yeah, exactly. Like I wouldn't have been able to do any of that stuff if I had to keep jumping back to the first fret. So to have the capo there, it just makes total sense to me. Okay, so I'm going to mute the louder lead part just so I can actually hear what I did in there, because a lot of that was covered up by the thing, but I still got the reference here. So I'm going to listen back to that and just see which bits I liked and which bits I thought were crap. Okay, so straight away that intro, I tried to go for a more choppy bob 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 for the first bit, and then here I actually just left it open and just went for like a do 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 do, and I actually kind of prefer that sound. There's a lot less scrapey, sloppy mess going on, where I'm trying to stop the strings from making any noise. So what I'm actually going to do is just cut that bit out, put it at the start, and just kind of leave it there as a reminder, because I will re-record it. I don't want to make sure that that's one solid take from here to here, but that's just like a reference, so I'm going to leave it there just because I need to remember it, basically. And again, that riff I quite like. Except I was meant to play. It's one of those two, I can't decide which. Or I think I prefer that one. Maybe not. I don't know. Again, this is just basic, just jump, jump, so I can get rid of that, but I'm going to keep just this bit. Oops. Okay, so there's nothing really there that I liked or that I couldn't remember. If you know, if I did like, I wouldn't remember to do that again. It was just kind of like basic chuggy stuff. Actually, that is pretty much exactly how I want that bit to go. Except this has got some choppy bits going on there, and I want to redo that so it sounds more like this. And that I'm going to remember, but that was sloppy, so I'm going to get rid of it. So that's exactly what I was talking about at the start. Rather than trying to stop it, just so that's exactly what I'm going to go for. Okay, so I really like this bit. Just those ba ba and then jumping up an octave, it always kind of like, it always works for me, I think. Okay, so I know what I was trying. I know what I was trying to do here. So I'm going to re-record that bit for sure. Didn't really like anything that went on there, so I'm going to re-record this bit. Everything I'm keeping for now I will re-record, but it just kind of reminds me that I liked those bits, so I'm going to come back to them. I like that riff as well. None of that can stay. Okay, so that I quite like. I think that's the kind of thing I'm going to go for. So I'm going to keep that in there. Okay, so I like what I went for there. It was all a bit sloppy. I'm going to remember what I did because it was basically the same kind of thing as I was doing before. Except one octave higher, so... Yeah, there's lots of cool, like, kind of chord stuff I can do there, but like I said, I'm gonna remember that. I don't know what's happening here. No, nothing of importance. So I'm gonna save that just so I've got those little bits in there, and now just kind of go through and kind of come up with something a bit more coherent. So I know what I want to do for this opening bit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. let's get it in time. And as always, I double track my rhythm guitars, so let's just get that done now. Bollocks. Okay. Again, this is a lot easier to match up because you just kind of make it look like the original waveform. That actually looks like it's over too much. Maybe not. Screw it. It's close enough. Okay, nice. That's fine. So here. Okay, so I'm just going to do some main kind of chuggy riffs. Move that out of the way so I don't step on its toes, and put that ba-ba-ba at the end. That kind of idea, just not so sloppy. Okay, I think I like everything I did there. Just making sure that it's rhythm the same both times around. Yeah. And then just need a little bit to finish it off, which I think I know what I want to do. That's all right. Okay, so by playing it twice, oops, I don't need to really go back and double track. I can just get rid of one of the takes. And wait, now hang on. Just need to double check I got the right one. And literally just chuck them next to each other like that. So now you've got cool. Oops. Definitely not right. I cut that short, didn't I? So I need to double track that first bit again. Okay. I'm actually going to mute that first track so I don't get distracted by it. Cool. Again, let's just go in and match that up so it's the right time. That's close enough for me. Chop that up. Chuck out already double track bits in there. Chop this bit up. Drag this back to where it should be, and then do kind of what I did with the lead parts and just make it so the start of this chord comes in a little bit early because it's not on the beat, it's a slight drag into that chord, and you end up with this. Let's just go from the start. That was all good apart from that last bit. I don't know what happened there. We just need to redo that. So that sounds better. Let's trim it down a size. Make sure it's right, and then chuck it on the end and give that a quick play. Put it in the wrong bit. So that was the bit I wanted to replace it with. Okay, cool. So that's going to save. So I kind of got this much of it done. I'm just going to keep cracking on that rhythm because those riffs are kind of cool. Quite like them. Okay, I'm also going to glue this together. I'm not going to glue that because I might end up having to copy and paste from that point, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Move that out of the way. That was probably a bit much, but right. So I'm going to try the same kind of thing and maybe just mix it up a little bit this time. That's what I'm going to try. Damn it. Ah, overkill. Yeah, that's cool. I kind of like that. Time to double track. Oh god. Oh god, what am I doing? Just want to double check that riff. Might get it in time first. Actually, exactly the same as the previous bit. So I am gonna just copy and paste. Alright, let's tidy this bit up. Re-drag that bit back out. Maybe a few open low string staccato notes after the triplet chugs. So chug 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 bap bap bap. Okay, I think I get what you mean. I think I get exactly what you mean by that. Tank Anonymous, good evening. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Chug chug bap 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 bap. I guess that's what you mean. So something like that, maybe. Yeah, I hope that's what you mean because I quite like that. Let's go for that. I'm going to go for that on. I'm going to go for that from here. You certainly did recognise some Link to the Past OST because that is exactly what I'm recording. Or in its original form, it's this. Oh god, it's on half speed. There we go. So that's the track we are currently doing. Oh, cool. Thank you very much, Tank Anonymous. Appreciate it. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's a little bit rough around the edges. Yeah, certainly is Death Mountain. Yep. It's such a good tune. It's got that proper just like boop, bop, 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 bop kind of thing to it, and it's evil sounding, and it's old SNES soundtrack. So obviously I love it. So back to the chug bap bap bap. I think I'm going to give that a go from here. So I'm going to glue this stuff together. Okay, give that a go. Damn it. Something like that. That's not a sloppy. Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong bit. Okay, so... This sound is all about my childhood. Yeah, same here. I spent many a day in the summer holidays after school just rinsing through Link to the Past. I've played that game so much, and I've played it since as well, and I swear to God it still holds up. Definitely one of my favourite Zelda games. Right. Okay, just need to double check that. Oops, 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 oops. Alright, let's give that a go. Cool, I know it's not perfect, but it's fine. It's going to be a big fill, so it doesn't need to be absolutely spot on. As in, sorry, this last section here, it's not exactly the same both times round. But, you know, it's fine. It doesn't need to be perfect every single time. Right, so, save it. We have our main riff. Let's just play that from here. Chug, 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 bap, bap, bap. Okay, I'm gonna take that to mean which I could definitely get on board with because that's awesome. I'm gonna give that a go. Some good. I'm appreciating the cut short the final series of ch to start the. Oh, okay, yeah. So chug, 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 bat, bat, bat. You know, like an offbeat thing, I guess. I like it, but you end up with a weird kind of gap before the start of the next bit. Maybe it works. I'm thinking I might go for the on beat, because some cool stuff I can do with the drums, just blah 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 bam. I may come back to your version a little later on when I start to add some variation in there, but for now I think I'm going to stick with that. But thank you so much for the musical input. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. If I could start writing stuff and collaborate with people on live stream, that's some next level music writing right there. Okay, so I'm going to want to drop in here. Cool. Alright, and let's double track it. Alright, sorry. So let's just get that in the right place. Nice, I like it. Tank Anonymous says, do you record the drums? Do you also record the drums? Yes, you actually missed that. It was at the very start. It didn't take too long, so it was actually only in the first like 10 minutes of the video at the stream. But yeah, that's all programmed. Not programmed. I play it in on a keyboard. Basically, this is the drums here. So what I could do is I could either kind of do it like this. I actually draw them in like that. Or what I prefer to do is hook it up to my keyboard. And I know you can't see my hand. It's on a musical keyboard right now. Play it in like that, clean it up, and that's what I tend to record along to. So yes, that's how I do the drums. But it's all MIDI, it's all samples. There's no real drums. As you can see, I don't have a real drum kit here. I wish I had a real drum kit here, but I don't. One day. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, it is. It's great. It's such a good way of recording music. I absolutely love it. And I'm feel like I'm well versed with MIDI because that was what my job used to involve, writing with MIDI every single day. So yeah, love it. Okay, so alright, so what I'm going to do is just play that with a lead section, and this hang on a sec, sorry. You're awesome, you're picking up what I'm putting down, maybe even a slide up, down after the bap bap bap. Yeah, I kind of overuse that whole or I use that a lot. That's like my default reflex reaction thing. So I actually quite like the fact that I don't do that there. I just go sort of ba 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 ba, and you get a nice clean break into that new section. But don't worry, there will be plenty of boo out in the coming bars. But for now, I think I'll stick with what I got. Okay, so yeah, well, like I said, I'm going to just play along. I'm going to play from the start, and I'm going to have the lead section playing this time, and just check that there's no. I mean, it should all be good, but I'm just going to check that there's no weirdness, no discrepancies. Make sure that the lead still sounds right on top of the chords that I put down. So let's see what it sounds like. Yep, I think that's basically all good. Maybe. think like what I'm going to do now is actually change the drums to match the riffs a little bit. Oh wait, that's the wrong bit. Hang on. Oh, what am I doing? And I'm also going to add in awesome. Yeah, no, that's cool. I absolutely appreciate the what you're putting out there, because it makes sense. It's cool that you're listening to it in the same way I'm listening to it as I'm writing it as well. And it's exactly what I do. I listen to this stuff and then things kind of like pop in and go, oh, that might be cool, I'll try that, and I try it, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But no, thank you very much, Modder LP, I appreciate it. Anyone else with any other musical input, by all means, stick it in chat. So this is the bit that I was going to... And all I'm really going to do here is just that. Let's get the grid looking right, shall we? 16th note triplets. 16th note triplets. Ah, okay, I'm not zoomed in enough, right. Whack these up. Want them to be hard hitting snare drums. And I'm going to flam them as well. And that's it. That's just because it helps me just like emphasize the riffs that I was putting down. I'm just a Zelda fan. I won't be of really good help. Well, you know, you never know. If anything, any inspiration strikes Tank Anonymous, let me know. If not, don't worry about it. It's all good. Okay, so this whole section here. Okay, I remember that from earlier. I know what I'm going to do. So save it. Move this out of the way. And I am basically going to just play chords for this bit, but they're going to be kind of heavy, distorted chords. I'm going to tune up real quick. That don't sound right. It's better. Yeah, so I'm just basically going to check out some chords and see how it goes. I'm going to turn the lead off for this because I know what it needs to do. Why am I doing that when I can do that? Okay. Shit. Okay. Let's go back to the wasteland over here. Okay, this is one of those times where, and I don't think you guys will be able to hear the click the way I've got this set up. You won't actually be able to hear my click track, but I'm actually going to record this just to a click. Bollocks. So close. First time around was fine. Screw it, I'll go again. Ah! Why is it doing that? Okay, slightly different chord voicing on the end there, but I actually think that with the other one that actually might sound quite cool. So, stick that over here. Whoa, what have I done? Oh, put it on the wrong channel. Whoops. Zoom in and see what's going on. Make sure it lines up. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. So cut it off there, cut it off here, and that is that whole section done. And in fact, that is one whole revolution of the track done, which is cool. Yay! Okay, I'm going to just make sure that this doesn't sound choppy. And now I'll play the melody so you guys can hear the chords that... these chords will make more sense now the melody is played. Alright, that's kind of cool. I quite like that. So, I am going to now go back and get the harmony sorted out. So I'm going to mute the rhythm guitars just so I can hear myself think. I'm going to mute the low part because I'm going to be recording a high harmony. So. Okay, that's what I want to do. Okay, let's just give that a go. Oh god, what have I done? I've accidentally recorded over the rhythm guitar. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, that was always a bit of a flag. Okay, I think that first bit was all good. This seems like it's been pushed forward a bit too much. No, do you know what? I'm going to leave it. No, I'm not. That does look wrong. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I don't know what I've done there, but that sounds horrendously out of time. because I need to pick it up from there. Is there any particular reason that you aren't using different guitars for the lead and rhythm parts on this song? I think I am for one of them. Oh, sorry, you mean actual guitars, not guitar sims. Yeah, so this guitar is the one I use to record everything. I know in all my videos I use this one for the lead parts, and that is purely just a visual thing. I haven't actually used that guitar for proper recording in ages. It's just a little bit knackered, a bit old. It's got old strings on it. The tuning's out, the intonation's a bit dodgy, and the action just isn't the same as this. The action on this guitar is super low, so I find I can do a lot of I can dart around a lot more, and I think I prefer the tone of this one as well. I think it's a nicer guitar than that one, so that one gets used for videos just so you can see the 3 lead parts at the top are using a certain thing, a certain guitar, and the rhythm guitar on the bottom is using a different one. But that's the reason, basically. If I need to do anything with the whammy bar, or any kind of dive bombs, or like, you know, crazy sort of Dimebag Darrell kind of harmonic things, I will literally just plug that in, get the recording I want, and unplug it and chuck it back in the corner. That's basically why. Okay, so just going to check that this sounds alright with the main one as well. Okay, I'm going to move... Oops. I'm going to move this one down here, this one up here, and that one up there. Okay. Barely hear what I'm doing because I haven't muted that middle part. Cool. That sounds good. Let's just tidy it up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. Okay. Chop it up. Copy and paste it. Make sure it transitions okay. Excuse me. Why is it not? Fine. Okay, I'm going to drag this bit out so I've got a bit to work with and glue all of that together. I'm also going to glue these two together. And then I am going to... do what I did. And you know what? I'm just going to do this like one solid thing. Okay, I'm going to copy it all over when I've finished all of these parts. Okay, so this is the bit that I wasn't going to double up on, but I kind of changed my mind a little bit. So for the quieter part down here at the top, I'm going to do the same thing but an octave lower. What I want. fine. Okay. Okay, we are getting there. Okay, so now there is definitely a harmony in this next bit which I want to include. Okay, and that harmony is as follows. Okay. Let's see if I can just nail this in one. Nope. I have no idea what note I was starting on there. Okay. Let's try that again. Yeah, happy with that. Again, let's just get it in the right place. Cool. So that is now that's fine as it is. That is now all of the lead parts done. Yippee. So what I'm going to do is, that is all chopped off to the beat. I am going to copy this around to here where it loops again, and I'm going to do the same again to here. And why not? Let's just do it one more time. Just make sure it's right. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is just go in and, what am I doing? Make sure these are all just starting a little bit before, and then get these ones. Just to not look like that, basically. Okay. Go back to the start and just get rid of these little things that I've cut up and cut off. Drag them out in a similar fashion apart from that bottom one. Oops. Okay, so save it. Harmonies, melodies are done. Okay, back to rhythm guitars. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix it up, and instead of just going jump, 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 I'm going to do a little bit of like, I don't know what you call it. Hmm. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Let's just try that. Cool. Let's double that up. Nice. Could probably do something with the drums to reflect what I'm doing there, so something like... Why is this not... It's still showing me... No, it's because I've not got to set it up properly. Not what I wanted to do. What's it doing? Really accent the start of each beat there by turning the velocities up. And let's just go a bit mental here. Okay, so I quite like that how different that is from the start. So instead of it being it's this. And that's also made me think that I want to go halftime here because that I'm going to do some halftime drums to that. So let's just bash some of that out. What am I doing? Oh god, that was so bad. You literally said you said that to yourself 2 seconds before you said it. Nice. Glad to see we're on the same page there. I'm going to go to the bathroom break. I'm going to go to the bathroom for a quick break. I will be back very, very shortly. See you in a sec. Sorry about that. Had to be done. Okay. What did I just do? Some sloppy halftime drums. Let's tidy that up. Where are we? Okay. So, let's go in, do what I did before. So, if anyone missed what I was doing before, basically it was this. Play drums in on a keyboard. Unhighlight that one because it's in time. And just move everything roughly to the right place. Quantize it to 16th note triplets because that's the meter that we're working at the moment, and that should roughly be in about sort of the right kind of time. Except I can already tell it's not. Except it sounds like it is. And every time I come back to this, it's not the right grid size. Okay. Chucking an extra one in there, why not? And there. Quite like that. Okay, so what I want to go for here is like a kind of weird sort of thing. Actually, no, I don't, because listen to that riff. So, trying to get the, so at the moment all those velocities are exactly the same. That is every drum being hit exactly the same kind of volume, and it's just kind of sounds a bit dead. So it's really quite important to get the levels right here. And the way I do that, I don't know the best way to describe it really, is I just try and think about what it would feel like to play that on a kit. You know, at this point you're nodding your head to the song, so that that's this note, this note, this note, and this note. So first thing I could think is, right, well, I want those to be heavy hitters. That's my first step. The rest of it, I guess, you know, those are quick, so you're not going to be able to hit them super hard every single one of them. So lower the velocities a little bit here. And again, just like a slight climb down from here as you go, because you're smacking that one and you're hitting that one a little bit less. Here, similar sort of thing to the previous ones. And the kick drum comes through quite strong here, so I'm going to put that right down. So snares sound a bit weak here, so I'm just going to bring them up a bit. Maybe flam that to give it a bit more strength. And actually I want a cymbal there as well. Maybe flam this one as well. Screw it. So that's kind of how I approach things when I'm actually programming them in rather than playing them. Okay, so where am I going with this? The amount of times I've heard that now, I don't like that riff anymore. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, cool. So I feel like I've got the bulk of the work out of the way on this one. Bass is obviously a pretty key thing that I've not included here. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to record bass along to the parts that I've already got. And then I think I might call it there because usually I don't sort of go for how long, an hour and 3/4 just non-stop without kind of taking some kind of break. And I think I'm just feeling the creative fatigue kicking in a little bit. So just a little warning, I will be wrapping things up quite soon. But let's get some bass recorded. But thank you all for joining me on this voyage. It's been a little while since I've actually tried doing this, where you go into a fresh template in front of an audience and try and blag it. Good to hear it, Tank Anonymous. I'm glad to hear you're up for it. Yeah, I don't know when it will be coming out. I've not thought about that yet, but it will be not too long, with any luck. Okay, let me just get some levels. And let me just tune up. Okay. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry, I didn't get onto bass sooner. But no, thank you very much for joining us, Modder. Much appreciative of your musical input. If I don't catch you, have a good one. Okay, let's get this done. This is when I forget all of the parts. Straight away, I've already forgotten it. Damn it. Okay, so that opening bit already with bass sounds so much better. God damn it. Oh, so close. Ha, good to hear it. Yeah, good driving music, definitely. Ah, what am I doing? Damn it. Man, if I just took 1 second to like prepare myself, I'd actually have a better chance of doing this. So as you can see, this is just like kind of like the other thing. It's just like little bit by bit. piecing it together. Thought I was going to the other section there. Oops. Oh God. Bass is falling apart. Do you know what? Time for a bit more cheating. So much easier. Are you going to start the bass right at the beginning? I think it's a good idea if you bring the bass in a bit later. Possibly. Maybe, yeah. I can definitely see the. I can see why that would work. I don't know. To be honest, I just love how it all comes in together, and that those first few notes in the bass are real, like, kick you in the stomach sort of notes. But I do see what you mean. So that's a potential. That is a tough one. I think I might stick with how I've got it. But thank you very, very much for the input. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Oops. Got to tidy up my guitar parts from earlier. No. I totally appreciate it. I think, considering you're not a musician, that's some very wise advice. So don't get me wrong. I totally appreciate it, and it is a very good shout. But I think in this instance, I will stick with what I got. But in another world, that definitely that could have absolutely worked. You don't need to be a musician to know that sort of stuff as well. So I value it a lot. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Oh, God. Cool. Alright, that, I think, just about does it. Alright, so I will play, and you know what, actually, no, before I do that. That is all I'm going to do for this evening. I will, play what we've done with everything in it, just so you can hear kind of like what we've ended up with. But I'm pretty happy with this. I have to say, I'm pretty chuffed with how this is going. I think it's not going to take long for the whole thing to be finished off. Whether I finish the rest of it off on stream or not is a different one. But with any luck, we'll be streaming tomorrow night. In fact, I am streaming tomorrow night. But it might be a little bit more playing some music and chilling. I think this can get a little bit I don't know, a bit difficult to listen to after a while. So I am going to sort this out. So it's not got any scrappy bits. So I'm going to play through, and then I'm going to end the stream. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for the input this evening. I really, really appreciate it, and it's been good fun. And I will catch you all soon. So there we go. Not bad from nothing to that in less than 2 hours. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, no worries. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you for joining me. Glad it was satisfying. So there we go. That is it. I'll be back same sort of time tomorrow night. So please do join me. And if you're not subscribed for any reason, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hopefully you'll actually get a notification to see that I am going live or that I've uploaded a new video. I'm gonna turn to big cam for a second because we're finished with this, finished with the music stuff. But Lanyovan, thanks for joining us. Interesting to see a piece of stuff together. Yeah, it's cool to share it. It's cool to have the capability to actually broadcast what I'm doing and actually show you exactly what I'm looking at and listening to when I'm going through and writing this stuff, because I get a lot of questions about how do you do this and how do you do that, and do you do the drums and what comes first and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool to be able to demo that with you guys. But yes, tomorrow night music stream, a lot more chilled affair. I'll be playing some piano, maybe playing some keyboard drums, taking requests and having a chilled Friday night. I think I might drink some red wine as well and make it a proper Friday night chilled stream. So if you're around, please do join me. If you know any friends who might be interested to join me as well, please tell them to join as well. And I'm going to stop waffling and turn the stream off. So thank you all once again, and I will see you on the next stream. Goodbye.